The unmistakable colours of the bus system in Curitiba, Brazil. Moving more than 2 million passengers around each workday, it's a network that's been admired worldwide as a triumph of urban planning. The system was built in the 1970s. It's become a dominant feature of the city's design. The main arteries are lanes dedicated only to buses. No cars allowed. The buses move quickly without worrying about traffic. In other words, the bus is behaving like a subway.
We knew that we didn't have the money for a metro or for a tube, and we realized, why not on surface?
The architect Jamie Lerner helped develop Curitiba's rapid bus transit system.
It has to be fast, it has to have some comfort, and most of all, reliability.
High-rises can only be built along the exclusive bus lanes, so the city is spread out away from the centre. It results in less concentrated areas and less traffic.
This system also was created to help the urban growth and allow it to be done with proper planning, allowing more people to live in smaller areas, living, studying and working around this transportation system.
Right, just one, please. After hearing so much about this bus system, I needed to try it myself. Passengers pay at these tube stations to speed up the process of boarding the bus. Here comes the bus. Well, it's certainly popular. Easy to use. It gets pretty crowded. With Curitiba's growing population, the buses are starting to reach capacity. The city's growth has brought wealth. In 2009, Curitiba had a per capita income of $12,000. More money, more people. So now, more cars.
Curitiba has the biggest number of cars per capita in Brazil. Therefore, we have these challenges that all big cities of the modern world have to face. It is difficult today because the use of individual transportation is very personal.
To address this growing car problem, Curitiba's sticking with what it knows best.
We average over 2 million passengers in our system daily. This forces us to work hard to make sure our transportation system works well, with quality and affordable prices, as well as being efficient, moving people fast from one point to another.
One of the first steps is to expand the system, adding the Green Line. It started in 2008. It will add 9 kilometres to the existing 72 kilometres of exclusive bus lanes. It will transport 32,000 people a day.
The Green Line used to be just a highway that connects the south of the country to the north of the country, a link to important cities like Sao Paulo and Porto Alegre. We used to have a very heavy flow of cars, trucks, buses.
Now, this former federal highway has Curitiba's 6th exclusive bus lane. And it's testing out the new biodiesel buses that one day could be used for the whole city.
We've committed to operating 10% of buses on biofuels using either ethanol or vegetable oils. We're looking at adding about another 150 buses using biofuels to the fleet.
The city knows expanding the buses isn't the only answer. It must also improve existing infrastructure.
We are working on a new passing system now to allow passing on the dedicated lanes so we could have everything flowing faster, more buses in use in the lane, and subsequently more people moved.
The number of cars may be growing, but Curitiba has no plans to adapt the system to accommodate this growth. For this city, the key is sustainability.
If you always choose the public transportation over driving, you'll be automatically making people see that a car with only one person on it makes no sense. This isn't sustainable, this isn't viable for the future.
The buses have worked well. And yet, the future of Curitiba's transportation could ultimately lead back to a plan it once thought was too expensive.
We can't leave aside the idea of a metro in the future. We are already discussing the financing with the federal government, since it's a very expensive investment.
We are complementing the bus system with the subway system, ultimately, all the non-polluting transportation systems that could be used by most people, moving people within the city on a sustainable manner.
With its tubes, its platforms, and its buses, Curitiba has been at the centre of mass transit thinking for a quarter of a century. Now, with the refinements being planned and the intention to build underground, Curitiba's determined to remain a future city. Richard Quest, CNN, Curitiba, Brazil.